So I finally torrented Captain America 3 online last night, and I didn't like it. I hated it, actually. I give it a 4 out of 10, being nice. I had high hopes for this movie. My ratings in my head were like, this is going to be an awesome movie. I can't wait to watch this movie. I was so psyched. And then the beginning of the movie, there's spoilers in this review. Everyone's just beating the living shit out of each other. There's so much overly action. It's like, this is not real life. I know it's not supposed to be real life, but it's just like Captain America, are you there? It's like, yeah, I'm here. And they're all just like communicating in, I don't know, Middle East somewhere. And they're just like, yeah, I'm here. There's a bomb. Go get the bomb. And they all just start like beating the living shit out of each other. And then he goes flying, and then she goes flying, and then it's just so unrealistic. I understand the second Captain America, the second Captain America movie was okay. I enjoyed it. There were cool action scenes. They were believable. And the Winter Soldier was awesome. But in this movie, it was just not the same. I mean, throughout this whole movie, Captain America was trying to go back and forth with being friends with the Avengers and then friends with Fucky. I want to call him Fucky, but his name is Bucky. Like, he's like, I'm friends with him. Oh, he got his bad memory back. I gotta shake him back into his good memory. It's like, it's just, and that thing, that if you've seen this movie already, you'll know what I'm talking about. That annoying ass thing they did with France, Germany. It's like they kept showing where the locations were. I don't need to know where you are. I don't give a shit. I get it, you're somewhere else in the world. Who fucking cares? Just show the movie. And the drama in this movie is over the top. The only funny, hilarious part was when Black Panther, I think that's his name, his father dies. I laughed so hard at that. He's putting, spoilers, it's the black guy. The third black guy. Because there's only like 3 black guys in this movie. Tony Stark's black guy, Captain America's black guy, and then the king of, like, Africa black guy, which is Black Panther. And he's like, son, I am happy. They were going to have a peace treaty thing with the Avengers and a, like, United Nations thing. And they're like, son, I am happy. I am happy too, father. And then, boom! Everyone just blows the fuck up. And it's this terrorist that's trying to imitate Fucky to make him look bad. And everyone just, he's like, father, I will avenge you. I'll get in a panther outfit. And then I'll get into spandex and I'll avenge you. So the whole movie, this drove me fucking crazy. Half the movie, the Russian or German terrorists, or whatever you want to call them, are controlling Bucky and making him do bad shit. So the Avengers, which Captain America is fighting against, is hating Bucky, while the other half of the time, Captain America brings Bucky back to his normal self. So you're glad he becomes normal again, but then the other times, he becomes evil again. And then Captain America helps him when he's evil, so it's like a clusterfuck of annoyingness. It would have been a better movie if Bucky was just good. Like, he was just good and he paired up with Captain America and they fought against the Avengers. That would have been a better movie. And the only reason Spider-Man's in this movie is because, well, Tony Stark needed him because they were understaffed with superheroes. So Tony Stark just needed him, and he was pretty annoying, and he did some cool action things, but he failed in battle. So Tony Stark didn't need him anymore, and this was just a shitty movie all around. And I heard a lot of great reviews with this, so I had my hopes all up, but it's not a good movie. It isn't. It's a generic action movie. Like all the other ones of this generation. Generic. Not like the shitty X-Men movie that just came out. That was shit. That was absolute dog shit. If I could give that below 0, I would. I absolutely would. And my food is cooking, so hold on. Chicken. Chicken. What else can I say about this crappy movie? It doesn't go anywhere. Like, the movie doesn't ever go anywhere. Captain America is just mad at Tony Stark the whole time. The whole movie, he's just mad at Tony Stark because he's like, I want to protect Bucky. And Tony Stark is just like, I want to work for the government. Until the end part where the government is like, fuck you, Tony Stark. You listen to us. You're a bitch. And then Tony Stark just goes off on his own. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to take down Captain America on my own. It's just so... And then that's the end scene, where you saw in the trailer where they're both fighting Captain America. Like, Captain America and Bucky are both fighting side by side. That's the end scene. And the only reason that happens is because the actual villain who was controlling Bucky says, guess what? Guess what? When Bucky was under my mind control, I got him to kill your parents, Tony Stark. And Tony Stark is a fucking retard in this movie. He just, like, doesn't listen to anyone. This is what drives me crazy. It's supposed to add conflict, but it doesn't really. If you're an intuitive person who notices everything, it just... Let me turn this... It just drives you apeshit crazy. Because you're like, Tony, just fucking listen to Captain America for 8 seconds and he'll explain everything that's happening. But no, Tony Stark's just like, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to anyone. I just want to blast everyone with my Iron Man suit. Because I'm right and you're wrong and I have money. That's the whole movie. That is literally the whole fucking movie. I'm Iron Man. I don't agree with anyone. I kill everyone. The bad guy shows that Bucky, when he was under mind control, killed Captain America's family. The dad and the mom. And it's like, who cares? Who cares about... No one in the audience gives a shit that happened. No one fucking cares. At least I don't. And Tony's like, he killed my mother. It's like, listen! He told you 1,000 times he was under mind control. Listen! It wasn't his fault. And then Bucky says the stupidest fucking thing when they're fighting. Captain America's like, do you remember killing them? I remember killing all of them. It's like, why would you say that? Say, it wasn't my fault. I was under mind control. They say all the wrong things in this movie. And what the fuck is up with that Scarlet Witch bitch? I mean, she could have killed everyone. If I had her powers, I would have killed everyone. I would have killed everyone in the world with her powers. And Vision, he's the gayest superhero on the planet. He has a red face, and he can shoot laser beams from his eyes and turn into a hologram. Yet, Witch Bitch just threw him through the floor in this movie. And Hawkeye, the worst superhero, like... Hawkeye shows up, he's like, Captain America contacted me and I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you, Scarlet Witch. because, like, Vision's not letting her leave because in the beginning of the movie, she, like, blew up. She, like... The only good part of this movie was when that Skull guy showed up. And he should have gotten way more screen time because he was the only believable actor. I mean, what's his name? My friend even loved that character. And I didn't believe him at first, but he was awesome! He was literally the coolest character. And Captain America just beat him too easily. I mean, he was kicking the ass of every Avenger, but Scarlet Witch can take down any Avenger in 5 seconds. She just brainwashes them. Or, she has the coolest powers. She could have, in that scene where they're fighting at the airport, if you've seen the movie, you'll know this. She could have just killed Iron Man. She could have killed every other person. Why does the stupidest character get the strongest powers? I don't get that. And then all of the good guys are locked up in a prison, and then in the end of the movie, of course, Captain America breaks them out. But Scarlet Witch, you're in a prison cell. You can get out, you have telekinesis. Again, the black guy only has powers if he puts the little gay wings on. And Hawkeye only has powers if he has a little bow and arrow. But, come on. You have telekinesis. You could rip those bars off. And you have mind control. You could kill everyone in that prison. Why aren't you? Stupid little shit like that in that movie. And fuck, Captain America, you cannot fall that fucking far down and live. It doesn't work that way. Physics don't... And your shield. That's what drove me crazy the most in this fucking movie. You can't throw your shield this way. It can't ricochet off 9 things and then hit 12 things and ricochet 8 bullets. It's not like that. The world doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, I can't go into this imaginary world that all these Marvel or DC or whatever it is fans that you guys can go into. It has to be some amount of logic. There has to be some amount of logic. I mean, Tony Stark, yeah, he's a robot. I get it. Robots can exist. They can fly. They can... Robots. I get it. Captain America's an experiment. He could have super strength. But throwing a fucking shield, even Spider-Man made fun of that. He's like, your shield's, what did he say? Your shield has no, sense of physics or something, or gravity. I don't know. He made fun of it. But, I mean, why not make fun of it? Seriously, you can't throw a shield and it ricochet 9 fucking times. It's not good because it doesn't make sense to the overly logical people. Like, yeah, maybe if you bounce it, it will ricochet back to you. But there's one scene in the beginning of this movie, I think it's in the beginning, where he throws it on a wall, and the like camera follows it. It blocks like 8 bullets, and then it ricochets and hits a guy in the face. It ricochets, hit another guy in the face, and it just flies back to Captain America. I threw up after that scene because of the amount of unbelievableness. I just... Ugh! I knew it was a bad movie from the first 5 minutes of watching it. But I kept watching it because I wanted to give it a chance. And there was good parts from it. Like the Skull guy in the beginning. He was a good character, and yet they took him off. Yes. I'm going to end this now. Because I've said that's all that can be said, pretty much. I like movies having a little bit of realism to them. Not being completely comic book-like. Have some amount of realness to them. Just some. A little bit. Just a little bit. Do it for me. Please. Please.